really clean everything. So I really gotta clean this table off. And then I got a pile on the floor of my board game, so I need to get that as well. Move this over here. So right here you see I ended up buying some Force of Will cards because I'm trying to make another Force of Will deck. So let's just put this up. Forgot. Do we just play? I guess we just play Arkham Horror, right? That might be a fun game that we could just chill and play tonight. So at some point, guys, I might have to really need to organize my board games and my cards. It's getting out of hand. So this, I think we just keep down here. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! So these are the Force of Will. Force of Will. What's this one? Oh, it's the sleeves. Maybe we can keep the sleeves just like right here because I'm probably going to be using them pretty soon. And Yamato from One Piece will just set right there. And then these are some more Force of Will decks. Probably move this over here. All right, so now we got to organize all that stuff right there. This probably we'll store right there for time being. Actually, no, I can't see that. We'll put that here. Okay. Let's see. What do I do now? Okay. These are my stones. This actually should go on my fairy tale right there. Probably this too. Maybe on this fairy tale. Can't say no to card draw. Okay. So we're gonna just set a lot of this aside. It's pretty good. What's my, let me see this. Fairy tale, fairy tale, fairy tale, fairy tale. Probably need 3 of the Etnas. It's a pretty good fairy tale. Set that there. Did we look through this one? I think so. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. So that's gonna go there. Is there anything significant in this one? Not really. So I guess we could just, I guess we'll go here. Kind of want to keep all the rulers separated. What's this one do? Pandora, the Weaver of Myth. Pay 5 light will. If your life is 3,000 or less, pay 4 instead. If your life is 2,000 less, pay that. If you're 1,000 less, okay. Catullus, when this card attacks, you may search your main deck for a weapon, addition, J Resonator added to a resonator, and then shuffle your main deck. Activate, pay 1 light. This card gains swiftness and target attack until the end of turn, and then activate, pay 2 light, banish an addition added to this card. Rest up to 2 target J Resonators. Okay. I see why people play them. By the way, my friend plays this one. Super broken leader. Well, leader's not broken. It's the ability to play this card to make it crazy. This literally removes a card from play, a character card or a resonator, and then you search your hand, and then your opponent searches your hand and deck and remove all other copies of that from the game. Super crazy. Why'd they make that a card? I have no idea. Actually, should probably keep that. I would keep that there. Doesn't matter. Yeah, just cover you don't control another elf. Okay. Rapid Decay is good. Shooting Star. Oh, this is Rare Rabbits. Okay, I want to keep these. There's another Rare Rabbit. Hansel, this card cannot be attacked as long as you control Gretel. Continues whenever this card deals damage to an opponent, draw a card. It's a fairy tale. I thought this would have been good for my deck, but there's other options for my fairy tale deck. So let's just put this in my rare rabbit area. So it's gonna be where my rare rabbits are. And put that there. Alright, let's take a look at what else we got left. We got Thunder, Rapid Decays, Feces, Flame of the Outer World, Cinderella, the Ashen Maiden. I thought this would have been good, but I'm not playing there. So I want to pay like the Bahamut Burn deck. I'm probably gonna try to make that one next. So my goal is to make like multiple decks because it's relatively cheap. Like the Grim set, the Grim cluster. It was crazy to get back then when it first came out, but it's available relatively easily now, and it's pretty dirt cheap. So my goal is to make multiple decks so I can play with some friends, like get my friends those decks. So currently what I'm making right now is Nameless Girl, Joan d'Arc. She hates humans because she destroys all humans when she J activates. But it's pretty much I'm trying to make this a control deck. Let me see. I want to see how good it is to live and see how it's positioned. Live and see how it's positioned. Okay, seems like it's positioned pretty good. Alright, then we got our Jasmine. I should keep her somewhere because she might go in a deck. These are just Gretels. Yeah. Just random Gretels. So we have that, and then what's this? Oh, this is just a random one I had to buy. Looks pretty cool though. And these are the magic stones so far for my Nameless Girl deck. Okay. So these aren't going nowhere. This ain't going nowhere for the time being. But this Yu-Gi-Oh's going somewhere. Okay. I will be right back, guys. I'm about to put all this up. Or I should probably take this one too. No, I could probably leave that one there. I guess I'm good to put things away now. Just put these in here for the time being. Random sleeves. This one. That'll be. That should be fine. Right there. These should really be charged up now. Just sections there. Alright, it's not as messy now. We did do a bunch of cleaning, which is good, so I can just really just set these like really over here now. All right, what side I wonder will be best? I guess you can see that pretty good. To actually have this faced the right way. Why it's so hot up in here? This strap, I could probably just put the strap maybe right here. There we go. So I really forgot how to play this game. So what we're gonna do is just watch a video of them explaining how to play the game, then we're going to play it. That's simple. Oh man, it's hot. And really, I don't know what this is supposed to be for. I don't know if like, just like a necklace or what. It came with the little bath bomb that I got in Japan. Alright, let's watch a video first. So we can remember how to play this game. Wait, do I have a video playing Arkham Horror? Let me see. I might have a video of me playing. I remember I played before. Oh yeah, I do. What's going on, everyone? Alright, in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be playing some board games. We are going to be playing Arkham Horror. Okay, we're going to be playing it just one player today because I have nobody to play with. I have everything already set up. We're going to be playing the first story mode, the first. So I guess we could move on to the second part of the game since we already played this one. Level of it, okay, which is in the campaign guide. We have everything right here. So it is Night of the Wands. Okay, so everything's set up. So I'm going to read just a couple things for you guys. So part 1, The Gathering. You and your partners have been investigating strange events taking place. Oh, I remember we kind of messed up on this one. Okay. I think we messed up on that one. So we're going to just redo this one. Let's see. Dang, there's a 20-minute and a... Let's watch the Fantasy Flight one.
The journey begins with defiance. A ruinous blight is before this time, however. She reveals a negative...
Just watch this.
Arkham Horror, the card game, is a cooperative living card game in which 1 to 4 investigators work to unravel arcane mysteries while overcoming the dangers of the mythos and the personal demons that haunt their past. Each player assumes the role of a single investigator as they investigate a series of connected scenarios that create a narrative campaign. During each scenario, the investigators explore menacing locations, look for clues that enable them to advance the story, and attempt to defeat the treacherous forces arrayed against them. As the players make progress in the campaign, each investigator will gain experience and insight, which allows them to develop in a variety of ways. But beware, as one's exposure to the arcane world increases, so too does the risk of insanity.
Bro, what?
Steel your nerves and arm yourself. All manner of strange and eerie investigations await you in Arkham Horror, the card game.
Oh, so there's 3 scenarios in this one.
In the following example, the players choose to play The Gathering, the first scenario in the Night of the Zealot campaign. While playing a campaign, the investigators advance from one scenario to the next in sequential order. The decisions made during each scenario may carry over to influence future scenarios during the campaign. Using the campaign guide, the players follow the campaign setup steps, beginning by choosing their investigators. In this example, one player chooses to play as Roland Banks, while the other player chooses to play as Wendy Adams. Each player then assembles their investigator deck, consisting of their investigator allies, equipment, talents, skills, and weaknesses. During this example, each investigator will use the starter decks outlined in the Learn to Play guide.
Okay.
The players then choose a difficulty level which determines the chaos tokens that will be used through.
Alright, so we're gonna be playing with our man, Mr. I think, what was it? They said his name was Roland Banks, if I'm not mistaken. Where did his character card go? Am I tripping? Let me see.
Treachery, but beware, as one's manner of strange and eerie investigation.
Yeah, we should have it somewhere. So let me see if it's. Nope, it's not there. It's in this file. Oh, there he is. I knew I saw it somewhere. Just put that there. And hopefully you guys can see. See if I can blow this up a little bit. Alright. So to learn to play, this deck should in theory already be set up. I remember this guy. But for argument's sake, let's just say it's not. Okay. Alright, so Roland Banks, he gets cover up. Let's see. This has to be the right one. So cover up. We got the 45 automatic, so that's a gun. Am I tripping? The 45 automatic. Guess it's not in this one. So, it's probably is it in here? Okay. I was playing without the 40 mat. I was probably, hopefully it was there the whole time. Hopefully I had it in deck. Okay. So we got the 45 automatic. So physical training. So one of those. Beat cop. Okay, I think this is actually part of my deck too. So beat cop, first aid. One of those. Machete. Saw that somewhere. So machete's right there. Guard dog. One of those. Evidence. One of those. We get a dodge. Okay. Dynamite blast. And then Fish's blow. Magnifying glass. Oh, we forgot the Roland's 38 special, so that's that one. Magnifying glass. Let's find that one. Okay. Old Book of Lore. That's that one. Where should we sleeve these up? Probably should at some point. Research librarian. Dr. Christopher or Milan Christopher. That's this guy. Hyper awareness. Medical techs. Mind over matter. Wait, so is this game, can you just essentially create your own deck? Working a hunch. I'm very interested to know. So we got working a hunch, we got barricade. And then we got deduction. Two copies of knife. 1, 2. 2 copies C, 2 copies of emergency cash. Okay. 2 copies of guts. Got that. 2 copies of manual dexterity. Got a paranoia. Wait, no flashlights? Why is flashlights in my deck? Oh yeah, 2 copies of flashlights. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 33. Okay, we got everything. Alright, so we got our deck. Let's just shuffle it. How good can you see right now? Well, you can see this pretty good. Especially if I remake this and turn into a YouTube video instead of a live. I can zoom in too. Okay.
Missions await you in Arkham Horror, the card game. In the following example, the players choose to play The Gathering, the first scenario in the Night of the Zealot campaign. While playing a campaign, the investigators advance from one scenario to the next in sequential order. The decisions made during each scenario may carry over to influence future scenarios during the campaign. Using the campaign guide, the players follow the campaign setup steps, beginning by choosing their investigators. In this example, one player chooses to play as Roland Banks, while the other player chooses to play as Wendy Adams. Each player then assembles their investigator deck, consisting of their investigator allies, equipment, talents, skills, and weaknesses. During this example, each investigator will use the starter decks outlined in the Learn to Play guide. The players then choose a difficulty level, which determines the chaos tokens that will be used throughout the campaign. Chaos tokens will influence all investigator skill tests for the duration of the campaign.
Playing
Each
standard.
scenario card in Arkham Horror the card game belongs to an encounter set and can be identified by its icon. Using the campaign guide, players gather each encounter set for the Gathering scenario. This collection of cards creates the encounter deck, the act deck, and the agenda deck. The Gathering acts cards and agenda cards are placed side by side, along with the matching location cards and the...
Okay, so... Three... Okay. Do that there, so 1, 2, 3.
Gathering scenario reference card. The Act deck represents the investigator's progress and advances from one Act card to the next as the investigators gather clues and work towards their goal. The Agenda deck represents the objectives and progress of the malicious forces pitted against the investigators. Doom tokens may advance the Agenda deck through the course of a scenario, revealing the unfolding story and presenting dire choices. In this example, the campaign guide also instructs the players to set aside the Ghoul Priest and the Lita Chandler cards and shuffle the remaining encounter cards to create the encounter deck. The study location is then put into the play area. The other locations are set aside, and each investigator begins to play in the study. When an investigator enters a location, it is revealed and a number of clues equal to that location's clue value are placed upon it. In this example, the study's clue value is 2 per player. Each investigator then draws a starting hand of 5 cards and gathers 5 resource tokens from the token bank. The investigators are now ready to begin the scenario by reading the text on the agenda and act cards, paying close attention to the details. Each round of Arkham Horror, the card game, consists of 4 phases: the Mythos phase, the Investigation phase, the Enemy phase, and the Upkeep phase. During the first round of the game, players skip the Mythos phase and advance directly to the Investigation phase. During the Investigation phase, each investigator takes a turn as they attempt to gather clues and survive the challenges they might face. Once each investigator has taken a turn, the Investigation phase ends.
Okay.
We at True Gold Realignment will be for free.
Wendy was chosen to be the lead investigator and decides to take her turn first. During a turn, each investigator may perform 3 actions. With her first action, Wendy plays a stray cat.
So how many actions? 3?
During a turn, each investigator may perform 3 actions. With her first action, Wendy plays a stray cat, an asset card, with a resource cost of 1. When played, asset cards are placed in the investigator's play area and remain in play throughout the game. With her second action, Wendy investigates the study, hoping to find a way out. Each investigator possesses 4 skills: willpower, intellect, combat, and agility. In order to investigate a location, an investigator must make an intellect test against that location's shroud value. The shroud value of the study is 2. Wendy has an intellect value of 3, which is higher than the shroud value. However, during all skill tests, the investigator must reveal a chaos token from the chaos bag. These tokens modify or influence the results of skill tests. Wendy reveals a -1 token from the chaos bag, giving her a modified intellect value of 2, which equals the study's shroud value. She succeeds in investigating the study and discovers 1 clue. When an investigator discovers a clue from a location, they move it to their investigator card. When the investigators gather a number of clues shown on the current act card, they may spend them to advance the act deck. For her third action, Wendy decides to investigate the study once more. Wendy's intellect value is still 3. This time, however, she reveals a -2 token from the chaos bag, giving her a modified intellect value of 1. Wendy has failed the skill test.
There you go.
Thinking fast, Wendy decides to play
To 5.
during the investigation phase and gathers 5 resource tokens from the token bank. When an investigator enters a location, it is revealed and a number of clues equal to that location's clue value are placed upon it. In this example, the study's clue value is 2 per player. Each investigator then draws a starting hand of 5 cards and gathers 5 resource tokens from the token bank. The investigators are now ready to begin the scenario by reading the text on the agenda and act cards, paying close attention to the details. The enemy during investigate with a resource card action, Wendy investigates the combat and agility. She succeeds in investigating the -2 token and to play 1 resource and play the lucky event card from her hand. Event cards represent tactical action, maneuvers. Spelled lucky has the fast keyword, which means it does not cost an action to play. Lucky reads, play when you would fail a skill test. Get +2 to your skill value for that test. Wendy therefore adds 2 intellect for this test, for a total of 3. Wendy has surpassed the stun and is over. To get +2 to
Would you have to lead it or?
investigate a card. When she succeeds in investigating, Wendy reveals a negative token from the chaos bag. These tokens modify or influence the results of skill tests. Wendy reveals a -1 token from the chaos bag. However, the shroud value of the study is 2. Wendy has an investigator must make an intellect test against that location's shroud value. The shroud value of the study is 2. Wendy has an intellect value of 3, which is higher than the shroud value. However, during all skill tests, the investigator must reveal a chaos modified intellect value of 2, modify or influence the results of skill tests. Wendy reveals a -1 token from the chaos bag, giving her a modified intellect value of 2, which equals the study's shroud value. She succeeds in investigating the study and discovers one clue. When playing an event card, luck intellect for this test for a total of 3. Wendy has surpassed the study's shroud value and is over. It is now Roland's turn. When on matching the test they are performing. Whenever an investigator performs a skill test before revealing a chaos token, that investigator may commit 1 or more cards from their hand that bear an icon matching the test they are performing. For each matching icon committed to the test, the investigator gets a +1 bonus to their skill value. Roland commits the deduction skill card from his hand, which has 1 intellect icon, giving him a +1 bonus for this test. His intellect value is increased from 3 to 4. Roland then pulls a chaos token from the chaos bag, revealing a -1 chaos token, bringing his intellect total down to 3. A success.
Look at that! No animation!
Skill cards often have additional effects that are active when the card is committed to a skill test. In this case, deduction reads, if this skill test is successful while investigating a location, discover 1 additional clue at that location.
Okay, that's
the
nice.
Act card, Trapped, requires that each the investigators now possess a total of 4 clues. In order to advance the story, the Act card, Trapped, requires that each investigator spend 2 clues. Roland and Wendy choose to immediately spend their clue tokens to advance the Act deck. This allows them to escape the study, which reveals new story elements and new locations to explore. Advancing the Act deck does not cost the investigators an action. The back of the Act card informs the investigators to place the hallway, cellar, attic, and parlor location cards into play. It also instructs them to discard any enemies that were in the study, place the investigators in the hallway, and remove the study from the game. Because the investigators are in the hallway, this location is revealed. The hallway has a clue value of 0, so no clue tokens are placed on the location. Since there are no clues to discover in the hallway, Roland uses his second action to move. When an investigator moves, they may move in any location connected to their current location. The connections between locations are indicated by the icons at the bottom of each card. If 2 locations share matching icons, they are connected. In this case, the hallway is connected to the attic, cellar, and parlor. 2 clues per investigator are placed on an investigator card. During the game, investigators may be dealt damage and/or horror. Take 1 horror. Roland places 1 horror token onto his investigator card. During the game, investigators may be dealt damage and/or horror. Damage depletes an investigator's health, while horror depletes. With his final action, Roland decides to draw a card from his investigator deck. Roland draws a 45 automatic, a weapon he may find useful in the rounds to come. With no actions remaining, Roland flips his investigator mini-card over to indicate that his turn is complete. Now that each investigator has completed their turn, the investigation phase ends, and the game proceeds to the enemy phase.
Okay.
During the enemy phase, all enemies that are in play will pursue and attack the investigators. Since there are no enemies in play at this time, the game proceeds to the upkeep phase. During the upkeep phase, the investigators find their bearings and prepare for the next round. To begin, each investigator turns their investigator mini-card face up And Reddy's Wendy unfortunately draws her Stubborn Detective weakness card. Weakness cards have detrimental effects when they are drawn. Stubborn Detective is an enemy who spawns engaged with Wendy when it is drawn, and reads, while Stubborn Detective is at your location, treat your investigator as if his or her printed textbook were blank.
Oh, that's
except
unfortunate.
for
It's
traits.
just vanilla.
While engaged with Wendy, the Stubborn Detective will hinder Wendy's ability to perform actions and will attack her during the next enemy phase. Finally, each player checks his or her hand size and discards down to 8 cards if necessary. The game...
Okay, I get this game. Funny thing is now, I'm a little tired. I might not play now. Yeah, but tomorrow's a new day. We'll play. We'll play tomorrow. It's getting late now. I thought I could be able to handle it, but I can't. But we're gonna keep everything just in order, so we don't. So you just take it right out the box and play. But yeah, I'm vaguely remembering this again. I'm probably gonna watch my first playthrough of it. Alright, so we have this, and this right here. Okay, so that's my first player deck. So then after that we have study, cellar, attic, parlor, and then hallway. Okay. And then we have these. Okay. I think we're good. Got everything. Yeah, we're gonna play some more. And I'm gonna leave it right here. All right, guys. Thanks again. Later.